Bayramov grew up as an orphan. His difficult childhood led him to develop a special appreciation for children and their dreams. As an adult, he strived to capture the beauty, gentle innocence, and aspirations of children in his portraits. While young sitters could be difficult to paint as they were required to sit still for long periods of time, Bayramov tackled the artistic process with a big smile, simply because he had endless patience for the little ones and a big loving heart. Bayramov easily captures the innocent wonders in each of his sitters' eyes, along with the often chubby cheeks and impish ears. The artist had a deep appreciation for his family and often painted his wife, children, and grandchildren. In 2012, he visited his daughter Kaya and her family in Canada. After visiting the Metropolitan Museum in New York, he expressed an interest in painting Kaya's 8-month-old son, Ryan. Upon its completion, Bayramov stated that he was finally able to paint chubby cheeks in a way that made them look squeezable. The toys featured in the painting are now part of the Durdy Bayramov Art Foundation's object archive. The older children in Bayramov's paintings seem to try to act more serious, more like adults, but the artist masterfully captures their underlying playfulness through the expressiveness in which he paints their features. Unlike the darker and richer backgrounds of his adult sitters, for the most part, Bayramov paints his children in bright and vibrant colors, perhaps alluding to the joys of childhood. Another grandson, Rashid, was one of Bayramov's more playful sitters. The boy was already a bit older and found it difficult to sit because of his high energy. This was the first time that Bayramov painted a child with gel-spiked hair. In contrast to the rather energetic portraits of his grandsons, Bayramov's Ogiljahan appears to be rather inert. Just beginning to reach her preteens, the little girl sits in a chair and looks back at the viewer. Her blue patterned blouse contrasts with the rust color of the background and brings our attention to her brightly lit face. Unlike his other subjects who had fairly neutral expressions, Ogiljahan seems to be drowsy. Her cheeks and lips droop slightly, her head is tilted downwards, and her eyebrows seem to be drawing ever closer. She appears to ask us why we are looking at her, or perhaps she turned back to ask the artist why it was taking so long to capture her essence.